Pop up. Okay, I found a clip. Yo, I'm gonna play a little piece of this. This motherfucker is one of the funniest people. And I've always had faith in Marlon, man. He's always been like my second favorite Wayans. And then I think for the last 4, maybe 5 years, he's my favorite Wayans. Damon Wayans was my favorite. Damon is funny as hell, man. My Wife and Kids is one of the funniest shows ever. And it's like PG-13. Damn, he called Will Smith the ghost of Tupac, right? I'm telling you. I found the whole thing on YouTube. I found snippets. Yeah, I just look right now. Within the last 24 hours, people have been uploading the entire special, which I would hope that I hope YouTube just gets that the fuck off, because that damages Marlon, man. We need his numbers to go up. So, because I want to see more comedy specials. That motherfucker quit comedy, doing stand up for like 20 years because of something that Chris Rock said. Sup, just watch your last video on MGL. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Lady Autumn. Thank you for the support. Well, I don't even, right, exactly. I wouldn't feel right watching it either, like that. I wouldn't feel right either. Which one is that? Which one is what, Harley? What are you talking about? Vlogging or Marlon? Marlon is the youngest brother. He's the youngest brother of the ones. He's the one from the Wayans brothers that was like, he's the one that always does physical comedy, jumping around, flipping, dancing, and shit like that. He's like, if Sean and Marlon on the Wayans brothers was Keenan and Kel, Sean would be Keenan, the one that always makes like the little smart jokes, right, roasting in there. And then Marlon would be the little brother, which would be Kel, running around and doing flips and shit. But this nigga was hilarious. There would be segments on the Wayans Brothers show where Marlon would just go crazy, and the rest of the cast is trying to keep a straight face as this nigga is just running around for 5 minutes straight doing a bunch of extra shit. So now that like he's developing his comedy style and like doing stand up, I'm fucking super impressed, and he's killing it. He's still as physically funny as he always has been, but now he's doing like the better jokes, I guess. Right. And I've watched a few of his comedy specials. This shit is the best comedy special not only has he done, but the best one I've seen all year. I truly believe that shit. And then to know that he quit doing stand-up comedy because Chris Rock roasted him, like live, and heckled him and told him to get off the stage and was stealing girlfriends from him and all that shit. It made me see the whole Chris Rock situation a little bit differently. Like, yeah, you should have been slapped, but this might have been karma. For just times that you've shitted on up and coming comedians because you were the man that was popping, right? So now all the up and coming comedians that now are in a different place in life, they fucking are just not celebrating per se, but they're like, I'm saying, I wish it was me. You know, like when Will Smith generated all the energy from everyone Chris Rock ever punked in life, which is, mind you, a thing that a lot of comedians do in comedy. A lot of comedians, they shit on the up and coming ones. Sometimes it's in a way to try to like haze you to get you used to that type of stuff and make you better. Sometimes people are just dicks. Shit, even look at Dave Chappelle at the level he is now. When he first started comedy, older comedians were stealing his jokes and telling him, what the fuck you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing. I wish he would tell me the name of that comedian. I would love to know what comedian was stealing early, young, little kid Dave Chappelle jokes and bullying him. Like, I would love to know that. Like, but when you look into like, listen to like the Joe Rogan podcast and anyone within the Joe Rogan podcast family, that's why I call all those comedians that got famous off of being on Joe Rogan podcast. There's a lot of nastiness within the comedy scene, which is, I'm kind of wary because I ain't gonna say it on YouTube. BX Beast Boy don't get bullied. Let's just say that, okay? Like, you think just because I'm new in the stand-up scene that I'm gonna allow someone to violate me? You out your fucking mind. You out. You out your mind if you think that's the case. That'll make me catch a flashback of seeing TV shows when you tell other cast is doing their damn it's not to laugh. That shit be funny. I love when shows go off script, and it's so funny that they got to keep it in the show. Another show that used to do that shit was Martin. Martin was so fucking. You could tell almost every scene the other castmates are trying to like keep a straight face. Even some scenes with like Pam and Martin, where Pam would say some shit and Martin has to like turn to the side. When I watched the Martin reunion, like Martin actually said like there's a specific scene when she did something and he couldn't even say his line. He had to turn away from the camera and laugh for like 2 seconds and then come back and then roast her. And they kept that inside the I guess the TV show because it was just so funny. Shit like that. Wayans Brothers, Fresh Prince did that shit all the time. Shit, what's the name of this other giant? Park and Recreations. I'm sure The Office got scenes like that too. Shit, Patrice O'Neal was in The Office, man. I gotta watch The Office. I think he was only on a few episodes, but I gotta watch that shit.